What is going on, everyone? I am the YuGiOhScrub, aka Bailey, coming at you with some shameless, hypebeast, Mystic Tomato gameplay. That's right, you can see from the title and the thumbnail, we are doing our Grudge match against the one and only Dionysus, aka Young Punts, of the Gigavise YouTube channel. That link will be in the description. Definitely go check him out if you like Edison format and if you like Gigavise. Great player, great commentary, but we have a beef that's been brewing. He thinks that Mystic Tomato, one, that this is the wrong art, and I don't care what any of you think, this is the correct art. It's a juicy, ripe, red tomato, deserving of any hungry burger. But he thinks that this is not the best plant monster ever created, and I need to prove him wrong. So of course, we're doing two matches today, a GOAT format and an Edison format, because, you know, I'm the GOAT player, he's the Edison player. It's only fair that we do two. We'll see how it goes, but I needed to come at him with the Mystic Tomato deck. So I tried to figure, what did I want to play? I mean, I could do my hand control deck that runs Mystic Tomato, Zalug, and Reaper, but, like, I don't want to hurt the guy. You know, that would be too powerful. I needed to do something even worse. I needed to create a Yada lock in GOAT format. I've kind of done this video before, but a little bit different. I've updated this deck profile, a little bit more control. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's running Mystic Tomato. The idea with the Mystic Tomato in the main deck now is that we can float into the Mask of Darkness and then get a Tsukiyomi loop going, get the Time Seal and Phoenix Swing. Phoenix Swing is kind of like Time Seal, because if your opponent puts a card onto the field, you can make it top deck it. And if you have like Sinister Serpent or Thunder Dragon, just basically any discard fodder, you can keep them drawing the same cards. So you're trying to run your opponent out of resources that way, but frankly, probably should cut the Mystic Tomato down. But no, absolutely not. It's the best plant ever created. We gotta run it at 3 just to add insult to the injury. He will learn his lesson. So this is the deck we're going to be playing in GOAT format. We're doing a little something different. I'm doing the deck profiles first just because I don't want to keep him waiting. And then let's go over to what we're going to be playing in Edison format. I think it's going to be pretty fun. I put this deck together. Where was it? Edison for Gigavise. It looks like everything's not legal because it's not, but this is the Edison format list. We are playing Diva Hero, but like Bubble Man OTK version. So a lot of back row, Regeki breaks to try to keep our hand size low. You know, it's -1, but if we're discarding cards, that we special summon Bubble Man. Then we're running like the Deep Sea Diva, so we can synchro with the Bubble Man, and one Infernal Prodigy. The Tragodia could maybe sit in our hand as a hand trap, which, you know, keeps us protected, but I love the level modulation, I love the stealing. We have a decent amount of levels. Technically we have some 6s, maybe steal a Gigaplant, you know how that's gonna go. No 8s, can't steal any synchros, but like, of course, it's the best deck of the format. This is the real best deck of the format, because I created it. You know, it's running the Future Fusion, Dump Some Waters, a Miracle Fusion, just, you know, if this deck was legal in GOAT, it'd be the greatest deck ever created, but, you know, GOAT format, that's a skillful format. Skillful format, God, I can't speak today. And we are going to just, you know, show him who is boss by winning both of these. Hopefully. We'll see. If you guys want to check out his side of this Grudge match, go to his channel. Again, link in the description. Check that out. I'm sure it's going to be him crying when he's losing to me, the YuGiOhScrub. We'll see you there. What is going on? We are back, ready for some GOAT format against the one and only Young Puds. You see it here. I apologize. An ad might pop up. I'm sure it will. DB has been absolutely strange all day, and I can't get it to load. I barely can get it to load this one time, and if I click the ad block, I know it's going to give me an error. So I just decided we are going to fight through the ads, but that's okay, because we are here to win this GOAT match. Opening hand, a Time Seal, Sakuretsu Armor, Phoenix Swing, Thunder Dragon, Mask of Darkness. I love this hand. We're going to start with the Thunder Dragon, getting ourselves some discard fodder. Getting 2 Thunder Dragons to hand, and we will set the best art, the Mystic Tomato, and let's go ahead. We will set the Time Seal in Sakuretsu Armor. If he Heavy Storms us, that's fine, because we can chain the Time Seal. It's kind of like a 1-for-1 trade there. But we can potentially protect the Mystic Tomato, and that's why I wanted to set it, because I don't want my Mask of Darkness getting set. The best art. You'll be screaming Mystic Tomato's name by the end of the night. Okay, so he sets 3 and 1. I tried to be prepared for pretty much anything here, but now that we know the nobleman is gone, I think we can go ahead and set the Mask of Darkness and set Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. And let's activate the Time Seal. I'm feeling confident. And I think we might even, in standby, let's flip this monster. Or flip the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, put that monster right back to the top of the deck. Absolutely no draws for you. You are going to be waiting all day, young puds. We might have lost our Mystic Tomato, but we will win the war. And look at that, I get to draw, and I just get 2 more draws right off the top. Getting a Breaker and a BLS. Okay, let's go ahead. We will flip the Mask of Darkness. Getting ourselves... Phoenix Wing is great, but Time Seal might just be better. We'll go with the Phoenix Wing because we know he's drawing the monster next turn. And the question here is, do I want to summon the Breaker and try to get a quick plus over some back row? I think we do. We're going to then Blind Breaker, hitting this one. He's not going to set the middle card as the best. He's going to set that card. Hitting a Call of the Haunted, okay. Interesting to set Call of the Haunted with no monsters in the graveyard. Smack him for some damage. We'll set the Phoenix Wing again and pass our turn. He will draw that monster that we saw, but like, look at this. We're already in a great position here. We've gotten a bunch of pluses. And we get Snatch Steal as a draw. I do think we're going to Phoenix Wing. Put that monster back to the top of the deck. And try to push in for some more damage. It's worked so far. I don't see why it wouldn't work again. Main phase 2, we will set this Mask of Darkness and pass our turn. We're not quite... Actually, it would be a win here. If we can... Actually, he's going to set that monster. Go to end phase. We get Graceful Charity. Love to see it. If we get Nobleman, we might just win. Getting Judgment, Judgment, Mystic Tomato. Okay. I think we're going to discard Judgment because we have 2. And maybe the Snatch... That's tough. Maybe we just do both Judgments. Snatch Steal can just steal a win, which I love. We do not have a Dark Engrave quite yet. We'll go both Judgment. No, we'll do... We have BLS as a way to win, so we'll do Snatch Steal. We will then flip the Mask of Darkness, targeting Time Seal, because we don't have great discard fodder anymore. And I actually think we're gonna go ahead. Do we attack? If it's a spy, that's pretty bad for us. If it is Decoichi, we get in 1800. We have Time Seal, Judgment. Yeah, I think we can risk the attack, and Spy's the best punish. It's the Decoichi, I figured. And we might be able to get in for 1800 here. Alright, he takes 18. We'll set Time Seal and Judgment. And pass our turn. So he has 5 cards, but he's at 1200 life points. This Mystic Tomato. Yeah, I don't think I would have Judgmented that anyways. We have some protection with the Sakuretsu armor. If I can, I will love... we can give him the Breaker. We might end up Sakuretsu armoring the Breaker. We probably will if he attacks without setting another monster. He Dust Tornadoes. I don't think it's worth a judgment yet, or is it? Yeah, we'll judgment. We'll play this pretty risky. Really want to keep that, because I think we can just push for the game. 4,000 life points is absolutely a lot to play, and you can see the ad right underneath me. And, oh, actually I can click an X now. It wasn't giving me that option before. He's thinking hard. Card advantage has kind of become a bit more equal, but Snatch Steal if we do find a way to get rid of it. Alright, so he's not going to go. He's going to Tribute for Parshath. And we will Sakuretsu Armor this Parshath. He Book of Moons. Okay. But we have the BLS in hand. Banish. Was gonna game shot you with tomato. Teach you a lesson. He just couldn't handle the tomato. The embarrassment would have been far too much. Okay, so looks like he's playing just a Chaos deck. Bring in some Kaikus, maybe. He knows we're playing Sakuretsu Armor. Let's take out Magic Cylinder, because now that he knows about Sakuretsu Armor, I don't know if he's going to be attacking too much. He might want to play around it. So bring in 2 Kaikus, and what's a good card to take out? Tsukiyomi's not that great, but it's important to our strategy. Maybe take out 1 Mystic Tomato. Torrential might also be better than one of the Sakuretsu Armors. Let's see how game number 2 goes. Alright, we have... we're just opening Mask and our Trinity pieces. Alright, he has Graceful Charity, so it feels a little more even now. We opened up Trinity, and that's just what happens in GOAT format. He might say it's easy, because of course it's easy when you open up a bunch of Trinity pieces. Ew. Wrong art for the Mystic Tomato. But he goes ahead, sets 1 monster, 1 back row, and goes to end phase. So the classic T set. Alright. Let's start with Delinquent Duo. Hitting that card. Mirror Force is a great card to hit. And MST. Okay. The plus does feel too good to try to get with the Break or the Magical Warrior. So we're going to try to... Alright, he changed Scapegoats. I figured he might be on. I mean, he's not a GOAT player. GOAT players love it. Okay, so knowing that Token Thanksgiving might be good to get. We will beat over a token. I'm glad he uses the correct tokens. And just in case we'll set the Judgment, I might end up Judgmenting if that is a Magician of Faith set, which it very well could be considering he used a Trinity piece. That wouldn't feel too bad for him. He does have a Dark Engrave, though. Standby is good. He can go right to his main phase. Alright, so we Heavy Storms. Obviously, we're not going to Judgment a Heavy Storm. It is the Magician of Faith, so he's going to get back Graceful Charity. So we had the read correctly. But now at least we know that it's the Magician of Faith. It's not the light. Well, it is the light. We're not putting the light in grave form via attack. Now, the question is, I would love if we can find a way to see some more Alright, Tsukiyomi. Ooh, discarding Tsukiyomi when you have Magician of Faith on the field in face-up attack position is kind of interesting. Wonder if he didn't draw a light monster. Wonder if he is running. I mean, he's obviously running Chaos. Okay, he had another Tsukiyomi, so 2 Tsuks. Metamorphosis. I understand wanting to do that. Gotta make room. Alright, so he takes it, but he will not be able to... Well, he has the Tsukiyomi, so he can attack for the 16. End phase, Tsukiyomi goes back to hand. We get Knight Assailant. Okay. So, the question here... I think we have to set Knight Assailant. We are going to be going so minus. I think we have to set Knight Assailant and Phoenix Wing. I think this is our only winning play. We're down pretty bad right now. If he summons Tsukiyomi targeting Thousand Eyes, and that would be okay. We'll let it resolve. But we need the Knight Assailant to pop that Tsukiyomi, I think. Maybe the Magician of Faith, but probably Tsukiyomi. Though, unless we draw a Thunder Dragon, I think we're going to be in a pretty bad position. I'm glad I brought some heat. I was curious to see what he was going to play. I'm playing one of my, like, I'd say it's a mid-range deck. It's not one of my Mimi decks. Okay. That's fine. We'll let that go through. I imagine you will flip the Magician of Faith. At least we'll be able to get the Tsukiyomi off the board. Goes for Heavy Storm. That's fine. Uses the Heavy. I think we have to Chain Wing Blast. Target the Thousand Eyes Restrict that we know is there. He had another Metamorphosis, so at least now, though, he won't be able to attack. We get Call of the Haunted. We'll set it. Tsukiyomi is still in hand. We'll be able to target the Magician of Faith. Given how much card advantage he has, I could see him targeting the Faith. Pot of Greed. I can't be mad, because we had the Trinity pieces last game, and we had the BLS. Like, you know, we had a bunch of good one-ofs, so GOAT format is also just consistent of a bunch of good one-ofs. He does flip down his Thousand Eyes Restrict. We'll take 300. Probably take the 1100. And just hope that we get a fantastic draw. I don't even know, because right now, even if we drew a Thunder Dragon, we get Mask of Darkness. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a way for us to get back in this. We'll play it out. But I think it's over. We can stall for a little bit with the Call of the Haunted as well, bringing back a breaker. But even if we drew the Thunder Dragon, we special the BLS, banish the Thousand Dies Restrict so it doesn't get taken next turn. But then he has the Tsukiyomi, he can get back Metamorphosis. He still has a token, he can just make another Thousand Dies Restrict, and we'd be right back in the same position. He did make the mistake, though, of summoning the Tsukiyomi first, flipping the Thousand Eyes. He should have taken the monster, then summoned Tsukiyomi, so a little bit of a misplay there. We do finally get our own Tsukiyomi, though, so we can attack. We will use Call, Summon Breaker, just to get rid of this Magician of Faith, because we need to kind of start putting some damage on board, getting that off. We can't keep letting him get the loop. That would just be a death sentence. Bring the Tsukiyomi back to our hand. Now we're in a position... Okay, he draws Delinquent Duo. Yeah, I don't think this game is winnable. Tsukiyomi can get over this breaker and just leave us top decking. So, not a good position, but who knows what could happen. We definitely are at a better advantage going first. We will set the Magician of Faith. I don't want to check our graveyard quite yet. He has a Light and a Dark. We don't... Actually, we have the Delinquent Duo. Summons DD Warrior Lady. Getting back our duo. Unless he wants to banish, which he could do because maybe we run a Chaos Sorcerer. We don't run a Chaos Sorcerer in this deck, but it would keep the light out of the grave, though he knows the BLS is gone because of the Delinquent Duo. So, I think it's over. We get Nobleman. We'll go ahead and I think just set both of these. We could Delinquent Duo, but then we're just basically saying if you have a 1600 attack point monster, then we just lose. I mean, we lose anyways if he has a 1600 attack. Well, no, it would have to be more than 1600. We'll take the 15. We have no choice. Setting a monster and a back row. 2 back row. So we're at a big disadvantage, but we do get a Kaiku. So we'll activate the Nobleman. Hitting a Sangan, I like to see that gone. And we will beat over this token if he allows it. Main phase 2. Not going to Delinquent Duo, same thing as before. He knows about it. He also set cards, so he basically was saying, you know, whatever, okay. So, GG2. The all-important Game 3. Alright, so let's bring in like 2 token Thanksgivings. I think Kaiku's going to be a bit worse. I was thinking he was running Turbo, but he's running Goat Control. Jowgen's not great. Wanghu could be decent, but I like the proactiveness of the token Thanksgivings. Though going first, Wanghu might be decent. Maybe Wanghu over a Sakuretsu armor. No, I like Sakuretsu armor more than the Wanghu. Alright, Game 3, we're going first. Like I said, we are definitely at a better advantage going first. And we draw Ring of Destruction, Nobleman, Time Seal, Judgment, Serpent, Thunder Dragon. We'll start right away, thinning our deck of 2 Thunder Dragons. Also happy because we just get lights right away into the graveyard. And we will set Ring and Time Seal. Same thing as before, if he does have a Heavy Storm right away, we can chain the Time Seal. He has Pot of Greed to open up his hand. So drawing into 7 cards. Judgment, I don't like setting at turn 1. 4,000 life points is a lot to pay. Most people, including myself, don't really like to negate the Pot of Greed. He does T-set, though. We get Knight Assailant as a draw. We will fire off the Nobleman, hitting DD Warrior Lady. I'm happy to see that gone, though that was a good bluff. And we'll set... we'll set Knight Assailant, and then do we want to Judgment? No, we want to use a ring before Judgment. We'll pass our turn. If we can bait a knock, I'm happy with that. Potentially, I don't think he'd be running Knight Assailants in the GOAT control deck, but you never know. So we'll chain Time Seal to the Breaker the Magical Warrior. And he attacks into the Knight Assailant, which is why we didn't want to use a ring. I know we said we want to use a ring before Judgment, but we had a way to pop the monster anyways. We get Tsukiyomi. We will set Judgment now, because I don't want this Sinister Serpent getting Nobleman across out it, but he didn't Nobleman across out the Knight Assailant. Because I can tribute the Sinister Serpent next turn. He did draw. No problem. Just... yeah. Sure. I do like them to shuffle, just because I feel like you have the extra knowledge of what's on top of your deck. And I think that can change the game. He sets a monster, goes to end phase. We get Breaker ourselves. So here... if we tribute the Sinister, I think tribute the Sinister, it gives them less chances to have the Nobleman across out and get rid of the Sinister and force our Judgment. We'll attack. Magician of Faith gets back the Pot of Greed. But I think we're in a decent-ish position. We'll get a +1 next turn drawing the Sinister Serpent. If we can get some Phoenix Wing Wind Blasts, then we're in a pretty good position. Not seeing our flip monsters, though. Sets a back row, sets 2 back row, passes turn. We draw Magician of Faith, standby. We'll get back the Sinister Serpent. And I think we just have to go and attack. And I think we'll set the Tsukiyomi as a bluff. That, I don't mind if it gets Nobleman across outed. He uses Scapegoats in end phase. That's fine. We can Ring of Destruction. This is a big think. If we ring Thunder Dragon... no. If anything, we ring a Scapegoat token. Just get 1 off the board. As predicted, you wouldn't use Scapegoat in the end phase unless you had a Metamorphosis. He gets Thousand Eyes. And he steals the Face Down. Okay. That is unfortunate because that was a way to deal with the Thousand Eyes Restrict. We have Judgment for a Tsukiyomi, though. Goes to end phase and passes his turn. We finally draw the Graceful Charity. I should say finally. It's 1 out of 28. We get Time Seal, Magician of Faith, Phoenix Swing. Okay. We'll discard Sinister Serpent, discard the Thunder Dragon, the most dead cards in the hand, and we will set the Time Seal. No need to set the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast quite yet. A little afraid of Heavy Storm. We have Judgment for a Tsukiyomi. I will Judgment that. Can't let that Tsukiyomi start going off. I want to keep my board presence. He changes the Thousand Eyes to defense position and passes turn. We draw Mask of Darkness standby. We will get back Sinister Serpent. And then we'll set the Magician of Faith and set the Phoenix Wing. And we will activate Time Seal. Sets a monster, passes turn. We will draw. I think we will, in draw phase, get that Thousand Eyes Restrict out of here. I don't want to see that anymore. Standby. Get back Sinister Serpent. Keep the pluses going. Next we can flip the Magician of Faith, declare, targeting. Do we target Nobleman? Graceful Charity just seems too powerful. We can't not take the Charity. Try to use the Charity. We need cards. Back row specifically. Getting Snatch Steal, Mirror Force, Sakuretsu Armor. Obviously going to discard Sinister Serpent. And maybe Sakuretsu Armor because we have the Mirror Force. Battle. Try to get over these tokens. Is it a Mirror Force of his own? Doesn't look like it. We will then set Magician of Faith. And set MST. We did see a Parshath, so we will set Mirror Force as well. Because Parshath would be pretty punishing. It's a Dekoichi. Graceful Charity. Yeah, I mean, that has to be fine. No way to negate it. Discarding a Dekoichi. He already had Light and Dark and Grave and Sangan. Okay, so we might have a pretty monster-heavy hand, or maybe he just wants to keep some back row. Has Nobleman of Cross out for the other Magician of Faith. Actually, we'll double check. Yeah. No more Magician of Faiths. But we get rid of his Faiths. Now, come on. Summon like a Breaker and pop the MST. Summons Kaiku. Breaker's already gone. What am I thinking? We will try to Mirror Force. Getting our +1. MST, the Call of the Haunted. Don't get that Kaiku back. Sets one back row. And passes turn. Okay, we draw the Mystic Tomato. Now, we can get really aggressive here, but I think that's a misplay. I think the correct play is switch that to defense and attack for 16. Oh, we didn't get the Sinister Serpent back. That was a misplay by me. But we'll set the Mask of Darkness and hope that he doesn't have the other Nobleman across out. Premature Burial for Kaiku. And summons Mystic Tomato himself. Beats over Magician of Faith. We'll take 200 from the Kaiku attack. And we should have gotten back the Sinister Serpent. That was so bad of me. We get absolutely punished. But that's what happens in GOAT format. We draw another Mystic Tomato. Alright. Now, the play here is gonna be flip Mask of Darkness, getting back. What do we want to get back? Judgment just might be the best. I mean, Judgment's so powerful. The Ring of Destruction, 14 plus 9. So we'll do 400. Let's see. Sangan's gone, some Dakoichis are gone. So if we do 400. Ram Mystic Tomato, get Mystic Tomato. If he has another Mystic Tomato, we'll be able to do, say, if we can get 1400 in, we'll get 1400, 1400, 900, or 19. 4 plus 19. Yeah, we're going to go for Ring of Destruction. We're going to make the aggressive play here. Summon Mystic Tomato. Activate Snatch Steal on Kaiku. Go to battle, and we're absolutely punished by the Mirror Force. It's a Dust Tornado. Alright. Unfortunate. We will have the Tomato Wars. He's Chain Link 2 because I'm turn player. And unfortunately, we sided one Mystic Tomato out. I'm so bad. His Tomato wins. We'll set Ring of Destruction and pass our turn, though. We should have the Sinister Serpent in hand. Goes to battle. I can take that. Take 500 from a Mystic Tomato attack. And does he attack with the Kaiku? He could banish some lights and some darks. I do think we ring the Kaiku. We'll each take 18. This does put us in our own Ring of Destruction range, though. If we didn't draw that second Mystic Tomato, we would have been fine. That's so unfortunate. But we will summon the Breaker, trying to get a plus. Hitting this back row. It scapegoats. Okay. And we attack one token. Turn this to defense. To defense. Setting Delinquent Duo and passing our turn. Metamorphosis would be killer right now. But at least it would mean that he can't attack. Well, he could attack with 1,000 eyes, but he wouldn't be able to game us through a defense position Mystic Tomato. That is so unfortunate. I feel like that second Mystic Tomato draw is going to be the thing that does us in. We will get Tsukiyomi. I hate to say it. GG's. If I... Alright, so we're doing a best 3 out of 5. Sure. Okay. He has a lot of attackers, so I actually like Sakuretsu. More than the... Torrential Tribute. Okay, and we have Token Thanksgiving, so finally we'll be able to gain some life points and potentially get rid of all the tokens. We activate Thunder Dragon, then Graceful Charity, discarding double Thunder Dragon, activate Delinquent Duo. I mean, this is just how it goes sometimes. Hitting MST and Dust Tornado. Okay, a lot of back row removal. And we will set all our back row. No need not to. Though maybe getting rid of all the MSTs and Dust Tornadoes might indicate it is Heavy Storm. That would be a lot of back row removal to see right away. He sets a monster into back row, 2 back row, 3 back row, and passes. Alright. We get another Magician of Faith. And I think we'll go ahead, set the other Magician of Faith. We can pass our turn. Does he end phase Scapegoat? No end phase Scapegoat this game. Ends his turn again. We get Time Seal. I like to see that. We'll set it right away. Pass our turn. We get Pot of Greed. Okay, so we'll activate the Time Seal. Stop him from drawing. Main one. Use the Pot of Greed. Get another Token Thanksgiving and another Solemn Judgment. And we'll pass our turn there. Come on, use some scapegoats. I know there's definitely a scapegoat set back there somewhere. There's gotta be. Delinquent Duo, I'm fine with this. Hitting 1 gets a Judgment out of my hand, and we'll discard that Token Thanksgiving. The left one was going to be doing significantly less than the right. I know I said it in the intro, but go check out the YuGiOh's channel. I know he's going to be uploading his side of this duel. And we'll pass. He passes his turn. We draw Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. We can just end. Come on, give me a Sinister Serpent. Or attack into these monsters. Really slow game right now. We can risk it into Torrential, given the fact that we have some Judgment set. We can attack. Start putting some beatdown pressure on. We haven't seen Spy, so I'm not too worried about it. It's a Sangan. So he gets a little plus from the Sangan. Well, net neutral. Sangan goes to the graveyard, replaces itself. So he's drawing into 7 cards, and we have 9, technically. He gets Dekoichi. And main 2. I think we're going to make an aggressive play. We'll flip some Magician of Faith, targeting Delinquent Duo. We'll fire off the Duo, hitting that card. Getting Tsukiyomi out of his hand. I like to see that gone, and the Dekoichi gone. And we'll pass our turn there. I like the 2 control deck matchup. You don't see that every day. I mean, you do see it every day. Just not always on this channel, because usually I'm playing some garbage and I run into my opponent playing Chaos Turbo every single time. Sets a monster, passes turn. We get Call of the Haunted, that is a good draw. We'll switch the Magician of Faith to defense and just try to attack into a Sinister Serpent. He gets back Sinister. Also, I'm now thinking, did he draw when I used Time Seal? I don't know if he did. Okay. We can summon the Mystic Tomato that we just drew for turn. And now start to get in. It's a Magician of Faith. Getting back Delinquent Duo. Attack with Tribe. We'll set Call of the Haunted, because I would rather keep the Call. It does clog our back row quite a bit. But the Judgments will be able to stop whatever we need them to stop. And we will not be stopping a Delinquent Duo. That is for sure. He does fire off the Duo right away. Setting likely Sinister Serpent. I will Judgment this. Heavy Storm. Paying a bunch of life points this turn. 2 Judgments, putting us down to 1,500, but we have Sakuretsu Armor, Mirror Force, Call of the Haunted still. He does have Light and Dark Engrave, which he is going to use to summon BLS. He should banish. The summon is fine. Though maybe he gets greedy and tries to swing into the tomato. Well, Sakuretsu Armor. Does he have a Judgment of his own? I'll just beat the best Edison deck, then, in your own format. GG's. Well played. Alright, let's do it. Alright, so let's go find that Edison deck. My Edison for Gigavise. Host in Edison format unrated. I did not pre for the Gigaplant deck. Obviously, I know he's going to be playing the Gigaplant deck. He played that really well. Like, Dionysus is a good duelist. Young Puds. He is Dionysus, aka Young Puds. I don't know which one is the proper name to call him, but in my mind, he says Dionysus first, so that's what I'm going to go with. Young Puds. Is he... yeah, not enrated. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I did the O in young. Okay, we're gonna pick scissors this time. We win. Good luck and have fun. Gotta hit him with the luck and fun. Okay. Opening hand. Dust Shoot, Solemn, Book of Moon, Foolish, Trag, Plague. We'll set Plague, set Dust Shoot, set Book of Moon. Pass our turn. Hit him with the Dust Shoot, turn 1. Miracle, X2, DDR, Mark, Vise. So, tough hand for him. Definitely a tough hand for him. We will activate the Foolish Burial, sending Malicious to the graveyard. Banish Malicious. Special the second one. Flip this Plague Spreader zombie and synchro for... what's the best here? Thought Ruler, because Mark of the Rose is there. And we don't have to worry about much else, so we'll set the Judgment. We have Book of Moon set. We get Emergency Call, fantastic draw. Getting ourselves Stratos. Summon Stratos and get ourselves a Bubble Man. And just attack. Not quite game yet. And we'll pass our turn there. So the Trag is a little bricky. That's one thing I was worried about, but I think we need some defense. He summons a Cyber Dragon. Given how this has gone, we will set the Cyber Dragon. We can get over it with the Stratos. We have Solemn Judgment. Best deck? Heroes? Gotta troll him a little bit. Okay. Let's bring in... I like Karma Cuts against the Gigavise deck. Regeki Break is good. Dust Tornado's fine. It can hit like Miracle. Book of Moon. Not gonna lie, side decking against this is a lot harder than I think. D-Prison's fine. Let's get the Trag out. Let's get Allure out. So it went the same way the first match. Winning game 1, and then struggling. Setting a back row and a monster. See, he's playing GOAT format, a classic T set. Well, we opened Future Fusion. Revealing the Absolute Zero. Sending Malicious and not the third Diva. Do we send a... we have to send a Bubble Man if we don't send the third Diva, unfortunately. We will send a Bubble Man. I think we then go ahead and set Karma Cut and set Judgment. And we're set up for next turn. I want the judgment set so I can make a really strong push. That's my thought process here. Okay. We'll put a counter just to do it. Of course, we draw the Plague, like the card we don't want to draw. Well, let's go ahead. At least the Plague's good discard fodder at the very least. Let's summon Diva for the other Diva. Banish Malicious for Malicious. Send both those to the graveyard to synchro, I think again for the Thought Ruler. And attack into the first face down. UFO Turtle will gain 1400. He gets the Lone Fire Blossom. Main 2. We're going to say no to that Lone Fire. And pass our turn there. We have a strong board, but our opening hand and our draws, goodness gracious. First in that last match, we get screwed with drawing Mystic Tomato. Now we draw double Diva. We will Solemn. Can't let him get going. We have the Thought Ruler. Unfortunately, he has a Hidden Armory to get back the DDR. We do get next turn, though, an Absolute Zero, which could be crucial. Discards a Supervise. I'm sure he's not happy about that. Putting Titanial? Does he even run Titanial? No, gets the Gigaplant. He did have another Supervise, though. Okay. Gonna get Lone Fire, and he can Synchro Summon here. The question is, does he go for Nettles, or does he go for Copy Plant? And then what is this face-down monster? Gets that Titanial, okay. Though Titanial will get destroyed by Absolute Zero, since it does not target. We'll special the Absolute Zero. Now, what we do here is summon Diva. No effect. Activate E-Emergency Call to get Stratos. Summon the Stratos to get Bubble Man. Oh my god. Might be. Okay. Well. In this case... Yeah, no, I was thinking... In my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be able to summon the Stratos and get myself a... We could have even taken the Gigaplant. Actually, I don't know how Gigaplant, YuGiOh, and Super Eyes, because I was thinking I could get the Bubble Man. We will set the Foolish Burial. This is at 3,000. And we will attack over Titanial. Of course, he'll be able to bring it back, but it stops him from going off with the Synchros. Now, we could have made the YuGiOh. He Book of Moons. Okay. So, misplay number one that I made easily this game was not getting the YuGiOh, or the Bubble Man to then special and make a YuGiOh. We also could have made the Brio Tart. That probably would have been, no, because we wouldn't have cards in hand because of the Bubble Man needing no cards to special summon itself. That's all fine. So we're going to take lots of damage here. He might just be thinking how we can go for game. You can go 26. What's 26 plus 24? That would be game. So if he just goes Titanial attack Diva, Gigaplant attack Absolute Zero. I'm not an Edison player. I believe the way it works is because this gets flipped up before it leaves the field. He goes for Nettles. Okay, so he's probably going to make Stardust so he can negate. That is exactly what he does. Supervise gets him the Gigaplant. And I think he can normal summon it because he has not normal summoned to this turn. And he hasn't used Miracle Fusion. Goes for Nettles. And I think he just has game. I mean, it should be more than enough for game with this face-up attack position Diva. Synchros for another 8, going for Black Brute Drago. We'll take 2,600. And, yep. Stardust will negate. Okay. Do I want DD Crows? Mind Control seems good because he just has level 6s. Maybe a DD Crow over a Book of Moon. And I like the idea of the Dust Tornadoes, because I want to hit like a Super Solar Nutrient or one of his equips. Supervise does still get its effect, but he would have to have... Oh my god, this hand is disgusting. Well, I mean, we'll activate Future Fusion right away. Where is it? Reveal, absolutely. I mean, he knows, but like to do it. And we'll send a Bubble Man and a Diva. Because we don't have Stratos. Well, we have Stratos, but nothing to search. And I mean, do we just set Bubble Man and hope that we can like pop back row? I mean, this hand just is disgusting. What is up with these? Maybe it's my deck. Maybe my deck is punishing me. We didn't see any back row, like no Dust Tornadoes, no Bottomlesses, no D-Prisons. Just double Malicious and a Stratos and a Bubble Man. He summons Nettles, going for Power Tool Dragon. So he's going to start getting some pluses. Gets a Supervise, so he's going to get... Okay, so he has a Supervise in hand. Unless he just didn't want the Supervise. And we get Karma Cut. Well, we'll activate Miracle Fusion. Banishing a Bubble Man and a Diva for absolute 0. Summon Stratos, declare, pop the back row. Treacherous Trap Hole, okay. He loses the Power Tool though, and we'll set Karma Cut and pass. We do get the absolute 0 next turn. So, not in a good position, but not terrible. We get Trap Dust Shoot, I'll take it. Go to battle. And we'll set the Dust Shoot and pass. Dust Shoot right away. Get a Gigaplant. Yeah, get that out of here. So, Supervise ×2, Fertilizer, Heavy Storm. We get Regeki Break. Not going to set the Regeki Break into a known Heavy Storm. That would be stupid. Sets a back row, passes. We draw another Miracle Fusion, so we needed that. We absolutely needed that. We'll pass our turn again. This is our comeback play, our power play. We get Plague. That's actually pretty powerful. We're not going to do anything yet, but we can discard Plague. Okay, so he gets rid of the absolute 0. And we'll pass our turn. Miracle Fertilizer for Dandelion. Think. Okay, he's passing anyways. Never mind. No need to think. Now what we can do... We use Karma Cut, discard Plague, get rid of the Dandelion. He Book of Moons the Dandy. Okay, that was strong. Activate E-Emergency Call. No targets. Oh my goodness, okay. We'll set Regeki Break. Pass our turn. Foolish. We'll then discard Malicious. Get that Miracle Fertilizer out of here. Cannot have Lone Fire hitting the board. He has another Miracle Fertilizer. Is he going to be able to OTK? We have Miracle Fusion. We have a Synchro play. Keeping the E-Emergency Call in hand might be important because we'll be able to top deck it for the Plague Spreader. And then summon Malicious. Actually, no, we have to top deck the Malicious. What am I thinking? You guys are probably laughing at me and my Edison knowledge. The best deck would be able to game shot me right now. I might have to concede that maybe, not concede the game, but maybe concede that Gigaplant is the best monster, and that Gigavise is the best deck. Little does he know I'm not running Gores. Did he know he didn't see the Tragodia? Our hands, though, have just been absolutely horrendous. Granted, again, maybe you guys are laughing at me thinking, like, you're running the most bricky mess I've ever seen. Of course they're not going to be working. He cannot normal summon. We know it's a Dandelion face down, so depending on his cards in hand, getting Nettles or Copy Plant, things like that. Copy Plant can make itself a level 3 because of the Dandy. And this Miracle Fusion will put in work, I think, next turn. We know he has Supervise in hand, and or Mark of the Rose. Tributes Dandy for Lone Fire. Getting 2 tokens plus what? 2 tokens and another Lone Fire, okay. 2 nice little fluff tokens, not as good as the Blue Goat. Let me guide, that's the question of the day in the comment section below. What's the better token, the fluff token or the Blue Goat? I am, of course, biased to the Blue Goat. Makes himself probably level 3. Synchros for 6. Brio, okay. Yep, he's doing a Brio Miracle Fertilizer play, most likely. Discards Heavy, puts back Miracle Fertilizer. Uses it again for another Lone Fire. Gets rid of the other Lone Fire. Special a Gigaplant. Here comes Supervise. Get Lone Fire, Tribute Token for Titanial. Or Copy Plant, maybe. He knows the lines better than I do. He could make an 8 if he gets Copy Plant. Make us a 7, copying the Gigaplant with the... Okay, gets another Power Tool Dragon. Gets Mark, DDR. Maybe he also didn't have the Supervise hand, though he would have gotten 3 Supervise. Okay, so he gets the Miracle Fertilizer back. He does have the Nettles Engrave. So, yep, he can use Miracle Fertilizer, bring back Nettles, or Copy Plant. Brings back Miracle. The Brio is so broken in this deck. All those continuous spell cards, really, really like Brio. Powerful, powerful card. Copy Plant's also super cool. Armory Arm. Equips to Power Tool. Miracle brings back probably Lone Fire. And then go for Titanial. Goes for Nettles. Okay, then Synchro, bring back the Giga Plant. $24. $23. That was sick. Okay. DD Crows. No problem. Seeing a line like that is fun to watch. Like, I can't even be upset, guys. Alright. Dust Tornadoes have done literally nothing. And I know that people say, what is up with these draws? Okay. Set Torrential Tribute, set MST. At least we have Lightning Vortex to get rid of this Malicious. And we didn't draw 2 Maliciouses. He passes. Okay, we see Deep Sea Diva. We can end our turn. We do have a hero plus water now. Might be able to go for our own game shot. Uses Gold Sark to go for what? The Lone Fire. Understandable. Get a D Prison. We'll set the D Prison. Get Plague. We'll set Plague. Pass our turn. That's fine. We might end up going for the Torrential here. Think. If he has Supervise, he brings back Lone Fire. We will just Torrential. Sets a monster, passes, we draw Future Fusion. Activate the Future Fusion. Reveal. And let's send Malicious and 1 Diva. We will MST the first back row. It was a Book of Moon. That's what I was worried about. Summon Diva. Special the other Diva. Declare. Top deck. Okay. Banish the Malicious to special the Malicious we just top decked. So it actually worked out. And Synchro for... Do we go Colossal? No, we go Thought Ruler. And we have two Miracle Fusions, so I feel comfortable going for an absolute 0 here. And trying to swing for big damage. Passing our turn. So he has Miracle Fertilizer live, getting a Giga Plant, but he couldn't then normal summon the Giga Plant, so he'd have to have a Supervise in hand as well. Lone Fire could get Titanial, but it's not bigger than Ab-Zero. It could get over Thought Ruler, but we can just force out the negation with the D-Prison, if need be. My excuse for playing badly, guys, is it's later than I've normally stayed up to record videos, but, you know, no problem. My brain still works. It's late for him, too. It's late for both of us. It's clearly not that he's just the better player. No. How could that be possible? We are the scrub here. He is the god of wine and debauchery. Lightning Vortex. Super cool. Discarding Plague, getting rid of the absolute 0, but we will be getting another one at the end, or standby of next turn. Right? No. It's 2 turns. Let's see. Enter. Yeah, turn 32. Okay. We get Mind Control. We'll go for another Miracle Fusion. Banishing the hero and the water for another Ab-Zero. Getting over Dandy. And we'll Lightning Vortex those tokens away. I don't want tokens on the board. Get through an Ab-Zero, and then be ready to deal with another Ab-Zero. That's my game plan right now. He does have Plague. Mark of the Rose. Stealing Ab-Zero, but we would get it back during our standby phase. Goes for Gigaplant. Using DDR, discarding another Mark of the Rose. Hidden Armories, milling a Lone Fire, probably getting the Supervise. He does get Supervise, okay. Uses the Supervise, he only has the 1 Gigaplant. So if he doesn't go for a Titanial, we can use D-Prison on the Gigaplant. But he has access to all of his Synchros. These will also, if I do make it to the next standby phase, then Ab-Zero would go to 3,000 because I'd have 2 Ab-Zeros. Potentially, even though I don't think it's the right play, I can also D-Prison my own Absolute Zero, which would then trigger it and blow up the field. He goes for the Titanial. pitches Plague, or uses Plague, not pitches. This would get banished, but no big deal. He doesn't act, well, he has the plant to tribute in the Titanial. And he will get back Giga Plant because of the Supervise. Get Stardust, okay. Supervise, get back the Giga Plant. We'll try to deprison. GG's. 25-25. No, it's not quite game. I actually think we win. Because, like I said, yeah! Close one. Okay. And then finally, what do we want? I think Book of Moon might be better than the Mind Control. Same thing. No, Vortex is just too powerful. Also, it keeps my hand size low. We have DD Crow in our opening hand. I like to see that. We also have Plague and Foolish, so we can go for the Malicious. He opens up Lone Fire, so strong start for him. We got Karma Cut. Lone Fire for Lone Fire. Gets Gigaplant. Gigaplant does not target. Important to know. Goes for Copy Plant. We'll banish. Assuming he's going to go for the DDR here. And that's why DD Crow's not too powerful, because they have ways to recur. But he goes for Supervise. Mark of the Rose. Interesting. So maybe he has DDR in hand? Or maybe he's just going to end his turn on this. Alright. We draw Solemn Judgment for turn. We'll normal summon the Plague. Activate the Foolish. Sending the Malicious. Banishing, and we just have to hope it's not a Book of Moon. That would really mess us up. Alright, we'll Synchro for the Thought Ruler and try to get over the Power Tool. And we gain, what is it, 23? And then we will set the Mirror Force and set the Solemn. We'll set the Karma Cut too. Unfortunately, he's got the Decree, but hey, that's how it goes. So we're living on a prayer right here. Discarding Nettles to special summon Gigaplant. Uses Supervise. So still has the normal. Synchros for an 8. Goes for Stardust. Okay. Gigavise, getting back Gigaplant. I mean, he can make an 8 so easily here. Though now he can't normal, but he gets back the Supervise. And anytime you can use the Supervise on Gigaplant instead of using the normal summon effect, it's just going to be better, because you protect yourself. Alright, we'll take 100, 25, 24, And we get Miracle Fusion. That's gonna be it. GG's, well played. Decree messed me up. I have to admit now, Gigavise is the best deck, and Gigaplant is the best plant, but you are wrong about the tomato art. Never. Plump tomato forever. Very fun. Beef is squashed. Sounds good. When are you uploading? Perfect. Mine will go up tomorrow. Yeah, now guys, go check out Dionysus' channel. I mean, you saw, this is sick. This deck is absolutely insane. I hope nothing but the best for you. Keep the content coming. Much love, but I gotta get some sleep. Yeah, guys, I can't say it enough. Go check out his channel. Like, I'm just so impressed. That was insane. We had some really, really cool duels. I really wanted to beat him. I was hoping that game 5. Really, really hoping that game 5 was gonna lead to something insane. Let's go. I want to look at the Edison deck, because that was just cool. You guys got to even see a little bit of the conversation. Where is it? Like, I mean, you saw, I made some misplays. I definitely, the amount of heroes I have in the deck, 3 emergency call for 3 heroes, but, like, I wanted to combo off, because I think the idea of going, like, Diva for Diva, special and malicious, special Bubble Man or 2, use Infernal Project, like, it has so much potential, I just didn't draw into what I needed. The brain and mind control, potentially stealing something and synchroing for an 8 or something, like, there's so much power in this deck. I definitely want to come back to it in the future. I like it a lot, but obviously it was pretty bricky, and although we got a win, couple wins actually, we did not get the match win. He won the beef, both GOAT and Edison. But if you guys like the video, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you so much for watching. As I've said so many times, in the description is the Gigavise YouTube channel, Dionysus, aka Young Puds. Absolute great content. If you like my stuff, I know you'll like his. Go check him out. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.